Yeah, hello friends, good morning. Uh, can you hear me,
Good morning.
Mr. Bhushan now? I'm audible, Mr. Bhushan?
Hello. Yes, you are audible.
Okay, right, thank you. Okay, friends, so
Very good morning, sir.
very good morning. Can you, yeah, please?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let us start the
I am
session,
hearing
friends.
properly.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for answering. Okay, so yesterday, there was a small session. We have seen some basic things yesterday. Okay, so can you please switch off your microphones, friends? Whenever there is a question, we can talk, but please switch off your microphone. There will be some disturbance actually. Yeah, thank you, man. Okay, so what we have done yesterday was we have seen what is a computer network and what is a computer networking, some basic things. So let me just revise a bit and we can move into the next topic. We said computer network is connection of devices for sharing data, internet and remote access. Connection of devices. This is all about a computer network. Okay, connection of devices. But why we are connecting devices? For sharing data, hardware, internet and remote access. So we have taken the example of data. It's very easy to know what data we are sharing or what exactly is the data. So whatever files and folders you have in your company, whatever file, it can be a document, it can be a picture, or it can be some text file, or it can be some PPT file, whatever file it is considered as a data. Okay, then we can share our hardware. Normally we take the example of printer in hardware. There is only one printer in 20 computers, so 20 people can take printout by using one printer. That is possible again. Okay, that is sharing your hardware, sharing your internet, sharing your remote access. These are some of the advantages of a computer network. Fine. What devices we use in computer network? These are the very common devices: computer, servers, router, switch, firewall, printer. There are many more devices actually, friends, but these are the most common devices that we must have. Nowadays CCTV cameras will be there in network for sure. There are some voice devices like IP phones will be there. Okay, there are some wireless devices. So we have more devices, but we cannot see a computer network without a computer, server, router, or a switch. Cables will be there, of course. A network can be wireless as well as wire network. Okay, so if there is a wire, then there are some cables available, something called fiber optic cable and UTP cable. This we have seen here. So these are the two cables we have. Okay, fine. This is a computer network. Now, there was a very big question yesterday. The question was, once you connect your devices with each other, the devices, can they communicate with each other or not? Remember we said connection is one thing, communication is one thing. Always remember this: connection is one thing, communication is one thing. If you connect devices with each other, it does not mean they will communicate with each other. Like we took the example of two computers. Once you connect two computers, like suppose your laptop with your friend's laptop, you can take a cable, you can make a connection, but can they communicate? No. Let us see a diagram so that we can understand things in a better way. Imagine this is one computer here. This is another computer. Okay, these two computers are connected with each other. There is a network, we can see clearly. I'll just use some colors here so that we can see things in a much better way. Okay, fine. So we have two computers. Like I said, there is a computer network here. Two computers are connected with each other. Okay, now connection, it is already established there. The connection is established between these two computers. But what about communication? Is there any communication between these two computers? My answer is no. Till now there is no communication. So to make communication, what we have to do? First of all, we need to assign something called IP address here. IP address on one computer. IP address on another computer, there should be some IP address. Okay, if there is some data, we should do some sharing, we should give per permissions. Okay, these are some of the things we have to do on both the computers. IP should be assigned on the red computer and a green computer. If there is the data in the red computer, we should do sharing there. Then we should give permission. Then only, friends, if a user is sitting on this computer, on a green computer, he can connect to this computer and he can access the data from that computer. Okay, for example, the IP address I'm using here is something like 10.001, and here I'm using IP address as 10.005. What is the IP address? It is a very important topic that we will see in CCNA. It will take like 5 to 6 classes for us to learn about IP addresses. So we are not discussing anything right now. I'll just say one thing. IP is a number. It should be there on every machine. Without IP, communication is not possible. So we have a IP address on one computer as 10.001 and IP address on another computer as 10.005. Now they can talk to each other. Now they can communicate with each other. But again, if there is some data in this computer, in 10.001 computer, can this person access the data here? No. There is only a folder. There is only a data folder. On this data folder, what we have to do here is we have to give this permissions. We have to give sharing permissions. So if you share your data, then only users can access data. So this is what we need to do. Connection and then make communication. This is what a computer network is all about. Okay. So this is your networking, installation, configuration, and administration. And this installation, configuration, and administration, we are making communication between different devices. It can be two computers, it can be a computer and a router, it can be computer and a server, it can be server and a router, it can be server and a switch, whatever. To make communication between two devices, we have to configure them. There is a separate configuration on computer, separate on router, switch, and server. There is a separate configuration. Every device has their own configuration. So once you finish your MCSE and CCNA, you will be in a position to configure computer, server, router, and switch. This is what you learn in these two courses. You will be in a position to configure these 4 devices. And like I said you, we cannot see any computer network anywhere on the face of the earth without a router, server, switch, and computer. Fine, this is what we need to learn. Okay. There are two types of networks we have actually generally. One is called intranet and another one is intranet. Okay, we'll come to this intranet and internet later, but let us go and see some other things. How to make a computer network. So we know how to make a computer. We know what is a computer network now. Devices connected with each other is a computer network. And how we make connections there? We make connections by using cable. It can be wire or it can be wireless. But we know majority of cases it will be wire. And which cable we use here? We use a cable called UTP cable. There is another cable that also we use. It is called fiber optic cable. But in majority of cases, we go with UTP cable. More than 95% cases, 90% cases, we go with UTP cable. Let me just show that cable again. UTP cable will be something like this. It is also called as CAT cable. Normally people call as CAT 5, CAT 6. There are some categories that depends on the speed and all those things, but this is the cable that we use in 90 to 95% computer networks. The other cable that we have here is called fiber optic cable. This is a fiber optic cable we have, and this fiber optic cable is used on certain devices. Okay, because this fiber optic port is not available on every device. To make this connection, actually you need certain port there. These ports are not available on each and every device. You can see there is something written as Cisco here. So this is one Cisco device. Okay, and all the cables are connected here. So this is probably a switch actually. So all the fiber optic cables are connected here. Fine, these are the only two cables we use in a computer network. Okay, now let us see the types of computer networks. It's a very important topic we need to understand here. It's a very simple topic, very basic topic. So let us see the types of computer network. Normally, this question we will face in an interview when you apply for a job as a fresher. I have seen many people, they come to me and they express a shock actually. They said like, why these people are asking a question like types of computer network? I said this is one of the most basic question we will face in an interview as a fresher. As a fresher, your interview questions will be very simple and very easy. If you put 2-3 years of experience, your questions will be like a bit more harder. Harder means like they go a bit more deeper. If you put 5-6 years of experience, again they go a bit deep. So it depends on your resume, depends on your CV, your interview will be conducted. Okay, so most of the people here are freshers, I assume so. And if you are having 2-3 years of experience also, whatever we are learning here, whatever questions I'm sharing here with you, you will see interview from these questions only. You will face interview from these questions only. Okay, so this is one of the most common question ever in computer networks, and the question is types of computer networks. So basically there are two types. One is physical network and the other one here is logical network. Computer networks are categorized into two types. One is a physical network and another one is the logical network. Now coming to logical network, there is a very simple network here. There is a concept called IP address. IP address comes under logical network. Now what it means here? Let me go here. Can you see there are two computers? One is 10001, another one is 10005. Now I'm giving a simple example. Please don't try to enter technically here. Technicalities we can see in more details in coming classes, but as of now I can say 10001 and 10005, these two computers will communicate with each other because they are starting with 10 number. Here it is 10 as well as here it is 10. So logically they are in same network. That is what I can say. Logically they are in same network. But what if there is a IP address here like 10.1.2.3, and on this computer there is a IP address like 20.1. or 20.10.10.10. Now both the computers have a IP address. Fine, there is 10.1.2.3 and the other computer is 20.10.10.10. But can they communicate with each other? The answer is no. The reason here is in this computer the IP address is starting with 10, and in this computer the IP address is starting with 20. So one is in 10 network, another one is in 20 network. They both are in different logical network. I'm repeating the terminology here. They both are in different logical network. Although they are connected with each other, although they are present in the same physical network, but logically they are in different network. So they cannot communicate with each other now. They cannot share data. They cannot send or receive any files. They cannot communicate with each other. So to make communication between devices, there are two conditions. One is the computer should be connected, and the second one is they should be present in the same logical network also. Physically they should be in same network, logically also they should be in same network, then only they will communicate with each other. So what is this logical network? What is available in IP addressing and all those things? It will take 6 classes in CCNA. We are not learning anything as of now, but I hope this one example is more than sufficient for us to understand what exactly is the logical network. Remember the example, one computer is using 10.00 network and the other computer is using 20.00 network. Okay, so if you have to make communication between two networks, if you have to make communication between two devices, what is the condition here? The condition here is they should be in the same logical network. So 10 and 20, they are completely different numbers, so now they cannot communicate with each other. They cannot communicate. But what if I remove these addresses, and if I keep this address like 10.001 and 10.005, can they communicate? Of course they can communicate because both are in the same physical network as well as in same logical network. Okay, fine. That is logical. Now let us go to the physical networks. In physical networks here, friends, we have three types of networks. One is called local area network, metropolitan area network, and wide area network. So if you have any computer idea, if you have any like networking subject in your college, If you have done some BTech or whatever courses you have done, maybe MBA, IT, or maybe like MCA, or maybe MTech, there are certain topics we have already seen in college. One of the topic is this physical networks, LAN, MAN, WAN. Okay, let us try to learn this topic in a very simple and easy way. Now, what is this physical networks? LAN, MAN, and WAN, local area network, metropolitan area network, and wide area network. I'll give a simple suggestion here, guys. I'll give a simple tip here. Whenever you are learning a particular topic in networking, just try to see the name of the topic. If the name of the topic says like local area network, just try to understand this name in our English language, in the normal language. You know, in networking, whatever topics we are learning, every topic has a normal meaning. Like suppose if I take a topic like domain, domain is a very, very important concept. But if you see the meaning of domain in English, you can easily understand what exactly is a domain. If I say routing or route, what is the meaning of route or route? Route means, showing the path. This is what we learn in router. Switching means, forwarding some packets or forwarding some data. So whatever concepts you are learning here, every concept has a very general name, general meaning. So just try to understand the concept name first, then we can understand the other things in that particular concept. Okay, so let us begin with this line. It is called local area network. Now, when you say local area network, area means we know he is talking about some geographical area. Local means what? Normally actually, when if you are supposed from a city like Chennai, Chennai is local for you. If I am suppose a city like from Hyderabad, Hyderabad is local for you. Delhi is local for a Delhi boy. Mumbai is local for a Mumbai boy. Okay, there is local. But in computer networks, local has a different meaning. Local means a network spread within a room or building. This is what it means. What is local area network? A local area network means a computer network that is spread within a room or within a building. Now, within a room, how many computers we can keep? 2, 5, 10, 20, 30. If the size of the room is big, maybe like say 50. But within a building, how many computers we can connect here? The buildings which we have, like suppose if I go and say like Amazon Hyderabad office or Hyderabad branch, this is the building of Amazon in Hyderabad, only Hyderabad branch actually. See, there are nearly like 14-15 floors there. How many computers can be added there? Some thousands of computers can be added. This Burj Khalifa, the tallest building, how many computers can be added here? Maybe some lakhs of computers can be added easily there. So what I'm showing you here is, whatever the size of the building may be, if the computers are present within the boundary of a building, all these computers or all these devices comes under local area network category. All these devices, it comes under local area network. Okay, now what devices we use here? Devices are same. Devices will be like computers, servers, routers, switches, firewall, printer, cable, etc. These are the devices we use. So the devices are there within a room or maximum within a building. Okay, who should connect these devices with each other? When you make a computer network, you're taking computers from one company, you're taking servers from some other company, router and switch from some other company, printer from some other company. The most common companies we use in computers are like HP, Dell, IBM, Lenovo, Toshiba. These are the computers and laptops we use. If you go to server, friends, the same companies are there: HP, Dell, Toshiba, IBM, Lenovo, Toshiba, all these things. But if you go to router and switch, there are some other companies like Cisco, Juniper, D-Link, Huawei, some other companies. If you go to firewall, again there are some other companies. If you go to printer, there are some other companies. So we need to first of all order all the devices. Like suppose there is a new company, some people are starting a new company. So first of all, they will hire an administrator. They will call an administrator. There will be a meeting and they will say like, okay, This is our scenario. The scenario here is, suppose there are 1,000 people working and they are working in 2 shifts, and this is the work we do. So can please tell us like how many servers we need, how many switches, routers, computers, printers, cables, and all these things. So what the administrator will do, administrator will design a network for them. He will say, okay, for this company where there are 1,000 people working, you should take this many servers, you should take this many switches, you should take this many routers. So they will order all the devices, computers, servers, routers, switches. So within 2 days, 5 days, 10 days, whatever the devices will come to the location, then what we have to do, we have to make connection. We have to connect all the devices together. I'll just show one more photo here where these people are connecting devices with each other. See, they are establishing a computer network here. Okay, so these are the cables they are connecting, and the cables they are connecting to something called switches. These are the switches here. So they are making a computer network. So once they order everything, and once the devices arrive at the location, we have to make connections. And we know how we make connection. It can be wire or it can be wireless. Both the options are available, but we know majority of cases we go with wire network. Okay, fine. So a computer network is spread within a room or a building. The devices are computers, servers, routers, switches, and all those things. The connections can be wire or wireless. But the big question here is why we are making connections? Why we are connecting all the devices? Maybe wire or wireless? The simple answer here is sharing, right? We are connecting all the devices with each other for the purpose of sharing. And what we can share? Now from today, we should not say like only sharing data. Non-technical people will select sharing data, but if you're a technical person, if you're an administrator, then you should say we can share data, we can share hardware, we can share software also, we can share internet, we can access remote devices. This is what we do by connecting all these devices together. This is what we do by making a computer network. Sharing is the main purpose. Okay, so these are the 4 points we need to remember here, friends. A network is spread within a room or a building. These are the devices we use, and the number of devices can be any number. Like we have seen some buildings there, 100 floors, 120 floors, 30 floors, 50 floors. There can be some thousands and lakhs of computers present within a local area network. Okay, and all the devices will be connected by you. You're the administrator, so you should know how to make connection there. And the last thing we have to know here is why we are connecting all these devices. The main purpose of connecting these devices is sharing your data, sharing your hardware, sharing your software, internet. Okay. So please take your time here, friends. Please take 30 seconds. Just try to revise everything. Types of networks and local area network. So if you have any doubt, we will see. Biswa Bhushan, I am saying you are raising your hand. So any question there?
Sir, it is a Oracle demo class, sir.
This is a MCSE demo class, Biswa Bhushan.
Sir, sir, I will apply Oracle demo class. लेकिन link sir MSc demo.
Uh, I think you got a link by mistake. This is not Oracle. This is the MCSE class. So if you want to join for Oracle, kindly just go and check there. Maybe there is some other link for Oracle there.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
Bhushan. Thank you.
Okay. Can I leave this course class,
Yeah,
sir?
yeah, you can leave it, please. You can leave it.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, friends. So this is your local area network. We'll do one thing. We'll just try to make a local area network. Let us see how devices will be connected and which device will be connected to which device. Now there is a simulation software here. It is called Cisco Packet Tracer. We are not discussing anything about Cisco Packet Tracer as of now, but once we go to CCNA, we are spending like majority of classes on this particular software only. I'll be sharing this software with you so that you can do practicals in your home. on your computer. Okay, so what devices we need here? There is something called router here. This is a router. This is your switch. These are your computers, and this is your server. These are the four most common devices we have. Okay, so first of all, take a router here and connect your switch to the router. Okay, then take some computers here and take a server. When you see this diagram here, can you see clearly? All the devices are connected to the, I'll open this diagram. All the devices are connected to the switch. Server is connected to switch, computer is connected to switch, printer is connected to switch. If there is a router somewhere, actually this is symbol of router. So if there is a router, this router is also connected to the switch. So all the devices will be connected to the switch. Switch is considered as a central device to which all the end devices are connected. What is the end device? Computer is the end device, server is the end device, printer is the end device, router is the end device. Maybe there is a firewall here. This is also an end device. All the devices will be connected to a switch. Okay, fine. So there is a router and there is a switch here. Now we are connecting by using cable. Now when you talk about cable, again there are certain types of cables we have. There is something called straight cable, cross cable, rollover cable, and all this cable. This also we will see when we go with CCNA course. As of now, I'll just use a cable here. Okay, I'll go to this router. There are certain interfaces on router. This we will see again in CCNA. There are many interfaces on switch. That is also part of CCNA. From switch, we are connecting to the computer. From switch again to the second computer. From this switch to the server. So what we have done here, we have simply connected all the devices together. The central device is your switch. Everything is connected to the switch. Fine. Each and everything is connected to the switch. And from this switch, wait a second, guys. Okay, so everything is connected to switch. And from this switch, there is a cable that is connected to computers. These are the computers here. Okay. And it is also connected to your server, as well as it is connected to your router. These are the connections we have to make. We are not connecting our router directly to the server. We are not connecting our router directly to the computer. We are not connecting server to the computer, or we are not connecting computer to the computer. We cannot connect these devices directly with each other. See, connection is possible, but once you make a connection between two computers, there is no other connection possible in a computer. So what we do now, this server is connected to the switch, and to this switch all the hundreds and thousands of computers are connected. So if this computer is making communication here, if this computer is accessing data from server, what he will do, from his computer a message will go to the switch, and from this switch a message will go to the server. This is the way he is communicating. And if someone is communicating with the server, he will go to the switch, and from switch he will go to the server. And if he is communicating with the router, again he will go to switch, from switch he will go to the router. So like this communication will be done in our computer network. First of all, we need to establish the network, then we need to start the computer network. Okay, this is the way everything is connected. All the devices must be connected to switch. And if you want to see a switch, how it looks, switches will be something like this. Okay, can you see here? This is a switch. Again, this is a company called Cisco. You can see Cisco is written here. It is one of the major companies. And what you see here are called port. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 12 ports here. 12. That means there are totally 48 ports on this switch. 48 ports means we can connect 48 devices here, friends. I repeat, 48 port means 48 devices can be connected. A server can be connected on this switch. A router can be connected on this switch. A printer can be connected here. A computer can be connected. Every device is connected on this particular switch. Now, one simple question to you, friends. Suppose imagine in our company, there are 1000 people working. That means we need 1000 computers. Now tell me how many switches we need. I repeat the question again. For 1000 computers, how many switches we need?
1000 divided by 48.
Excellent answer. 1000 divided by 48, because you are saying, like, you know, a switch, just now the switch that we have seen is having 48 ports, right? Okay, good observation. Now there are certain switches where we have like 24 ports. There are certain switches where we have 32 ports. There are certain switches where we have 48 ports, and there are certain switches where we have like 64 ports. Now we need to decide how many switches we need. Now maybe 20, how many ports which we need, maybe 24 ports which are 32 or 48. So what they do in companies, they take certain switches with like 24 ports, certain switches with like 32 or 48 ports. There are many differences there. Once we go to switching in CCN, it will take 1 week. There we can see all these things. But yeah, it depends on the switch, how many ports you are taking in that particular switch. That many switches we have to take. If you are going with 24 ports, 1000 divided by 24. So approximately it will be like, you know, 110 switches, not 110. Okay, around 45 switches we need. If there are 1000 computers and if you're taking a switch with 24 port, you need approximately 48 switches in your network. Fine. So this is only one switch. How many devices are connected here? 4. But maximum how many devices can be connected? 24 devices can be connected. So like this, we need to take one more switch. Like suppose I'm taking one more switch here. I'm connecting here between these two switches. Done. There is a connection there. Now on this switch, suppose I'm connecting a computer here. Now tell me, this computer and the server, can they communicate with each other? When you see the network diagram,
Yes, sir. Yes, possible, sir.
they can simply communicate with each other, right? Because the computer is connected and the server is connected. Although they are connected to two different switches, but they are connected to the same network. So now they can communicate with each other. But once if I remove this cable between these two switches, once I remove the cable, we know they will not communicate now. Computer is connected to one switch, server is connected to one switch, and these two switches are not connected with each other. Can I make a connection between this computer and a server? No. This is not the only computer we have. This is not the only server we have. We have some hundreds and thousands of devices, so that connection is not possible. Okay, so this is the way we have to make a local area network. Fine. Now this is local, done. Now let us go to the second type of network, that is called metropolitan area network. Metropolitan area network. So what exactly is this metropolitan area network means? We know the meaning of metropolitan. Metropolitan means we are talking about a city. We are talking about a big city. Like say if you take the example of our India, there are many cities in India which are known as metropolitan cities, like Delhi, Mumbai, Hyderabad, Chennai, Ahmedabad, Kochi. All these cities are like, you know, metropolitan city. These are big cities. They cover large area. Now, if you take example of a city like Hyderabad or whatever city you belongs from, do you know any company that has many branches within your city? We can easily think of a bank, right? Like suppose SBI or ICICI, HS, whatever bank is there in your city. SBI is there everywhere. So let us go with the SBI example. So if there is a city and in that city, if there are many branches of a particular company, like take the example of SBI, then it is considered as a metropolitan area network. Now let us see in more details here. Man is a connection of lines spread across a city. It's a very simple way of defining metropolitan area network. What I said, man, metropolitan area network is a connection of local area networks spread across a city. That means if you are working in a company, XYZ company, and if that company has a branch, like suppose imagine this is that branch. They have a branch somewhere in, like suppose say South Hyderabad. I'm just saying South Hyderabad. Now the same company has one more branch somewhere in the same city. Let us select North Hyderabad. Now this is your North Hyderabad. So South Hyderabad is a local area network. North Hyderabad is a local area network. In South Hyderabad, we have computers, servers, routers, and switches. In North Hyderabad, also we have computers, servers, routers, and switches. In South Hyderabad, there is a server administrator and network administrator. They are controlling and configuring all the devices. In North Hyderabad, also there is a server router space. So there is a server admin as well as a network admin. They are controlling the North Hyderabad. Now just imagine you people are working in North Hyderabad as administrator. I am working in South Hyderabad as administrator. First of all, there is a team of administrator. A one person cannot manage North Hyderabad office. One person cannot manage South Hyderabad. Imagine if there are 300 computers in South Hyderabad, there will be a team of 10 to 12 people, 10 to 12 administrators who are controlling that network. If there are like 500 computers in North Hyderabad, there will be like 15 to 20 people working and controlling that particular network. One administrator cannot manage a network. Your responsibility in a company will be controlling only switches or managing only switches, or maybe router, or maybe your responsibility is managing server. There are different servers available. Out of all those servers, your responsibility will be controlling one server, managing one server. Like this, the roles will be divided. When you are learning MCSE CCNA, in MCSE we are learning about many servers, and CCNA we are learning about routers and switches. But once you get a job in a company, the company will decide your role. Okay, you are working on this DNS server. Okay, you are working on this database server. You are working on this ADDS server, something like this. So there is a team of administrators there. Okay, fine. So North Hyderabad and South Hyderabad, these are two local area networks. Like this, suppose imagine within city, there are some 100 branches. Maybe 2 branches, maybe 100 branches. It doesn't matter. Now what we have to do here is, these 2 branches must be connected with each other. South Hyderabad and North Hyderabad branches must be connected with each other. And how we make connection there? We make connection by using a cable. Okay, let me just take the devices first. What devices we use here? The devices are completely same. Whatever devices we use in the local area network, we can say clearly the same devices we are using here. Now coming to the connections, friends. What sort of connections we make here? Wire or wireless. To make communication between South Hyderabad and North Hyderabad, normally a non-technical person will say like, okay, cable is not possible between South Hyderabad and North Hyderabad. Maybe the distance is like 30 kilometers. But if the distance is 30 meters or 3 kilometers or 30 kilometers, South Hyderabad and North Hyderabad office, they are connected by using a cable. I repeat, they are connected by using some cable. Now, who will make this cable connection? Is it possible for you and me to take a cable from South Hyderabad office to North Hyderabad office? No. Now, there is one more party coming here. There is one more team coming here, and that team is called ISP. Internet Service Provider. This internet service providers, they will come and they will make connection here. See, right now everyone is connected to internet. That is the reason we are able to conduct this online class here. Okay, so internet connection is there for sure. Maybe someone is connected to internet by using his mobile data, or maybe someone is connected to internet by using the Wi-Fi router. So if you see the Wi-Fi router carefully, from your Wi-Fi router till your device, maybe a laptop or a mobile phone, it is wireless. But when you see the Wi-Fi router, there is a cable coming to that Wi-Fi router. So from where that cable is coming actually? That cable is coming from this internet service provider people. There are many internet service provider in a city like Hyderabad. Like there is something called Act Fiber, Jio, Airtel, okay, Hathway, Like there are like some tens of internet service provider. So in whichever area you're located, according to your area, you should choose any ISP. You should select any ISP, and we should select, okay, there is a branch in North Hyderabad, there is a branch in South Hyderabad. So can you please make the connection? So this ISP people will come to you and they will have some deal with you. Like, okay, they will say, we already have a cable between North Hyderabad and South Hyderabad. You should pay this much money every month or every year, whatever the deal is. So according to the deal, they will make the connections. We are not responsible for making connection between South Hyderabad and North Hyderabad. This is not under our control. Our control is router, switch, computer and server. But the connection between South Hyderabad and North Hyderabad will be taken care by the internet service providers. So I repeat again, these connections will be done in 99.9% cases. I'm saying 99.9. It's a huge thing. These connections will be done by using a cable. So these ISP people have permissions. They have the license to make cable connections between all the cities or within all the areas of a city. So they have the permission. They have the license. That is their business. But can I take a cable from North to South Hyderabad? Of course not. I cannot imagine also, right? Okay. So these people will make connection. Let me just show you the cables that they use here. Okay, can you see here? There are some people who are working there. And what you see, this green color one is a bundle. And these are your internet cables actually. These are the internet cables they are laying. This is a city. This is some city XYZ somewhere. So this is again the city. You can see roads, you can see some houses here. So these are the internet cables here. So these people are making these cables. These are undersea cable, sorry, underground cables. So within your city, all the cables are there under the ground and the cables are passing between different locations and the cable is coming into your home. So each and every branch within our city is connected by using a cable. And once you open that cable, inside the cable, it will be something like this. There is a big cable and we have many wires here. So this is a cable that they are laying down. Outside the color can be green, black, blue, anything, but inside the cables will be like this. Again, they use fiber optic cable there actually, because it is between South Hyderabad and North Hyderabad, so it is far from each other. So they will go with the fiber optic cable. But these people will make connection on behalf of us. Of course, the company will pay money. That is their business, and company will pay money and company will use their connections. Got it? If there are 100 branches also, we will connect all the 100 branches by using cables. Now, why we are connecting North Hyderabad and South Hyderabad? Of course, the main reason is sharing. But what we are sharing here, we are sharing data for sure. Can we share a hardware? Can we share the software? Can we share the internet? We can share the software, but we are not sharing the internet and the hardware actually. Like suppose if there is a printer in South Hyderabad, a person sitting in North Hyderabad should not take a printout in South Hyderabad. Technically that is possible, but that is not considered as a sharing. So normally we share our data and we access the remote devices, files and folders. See, when you send an email, that is also considered as sharing data. There are different ways of sharing data. One of the easy way is sharing through emails that we know already. And what is the other way that we will see in coming classes? Okay, this is what the extra thing we need to add here. The service providers will come, the internet service providers will come into the picture now, and these people will help us in connecting all the branches within our city. We should simply pay them and we should use their connections. Okay, fine. So this is a metropolitan area network, friends. And the last network we have here is called wide area network, WAN. What you are expecting here, friends, regarding wide area network? Can you see the name like wide area network? Okay, wide area network means अरे local area networks spread across cities, countries, and continents. Cities. Okay, so what is wide area network here? Wide area network means it is a network that is spread across cities, countries, and continents. Local area network spread across cities, countries, and continents. If you think for 2 seconds, you can maybe know like 20-30 computers. Within like 10 seconds, you can remember 20-30 computers, which you know these companies have branches in multiple cities and multiple countries. Again, if you go with the example of SBI, they have branches in Hyderabad. Of course, they have branches in Ahmedabad. Of course, they have branches in Jammu and Kashmir. They have branches in Kerala. They have branches somewhere in Mizoram and Sikkim. They have branches in Rajasthan. They have branches in Goa also. So we have covered whole India in a way. And the same branch, the same bank actually, they have branches in some other countries also, like Dubai. Maybe they have branch. UK also they have branch. Australia also they have branch, because in these countries also many Indians will live there, so they have branches here also. So if there is a company that has branches across cities, countries, and continents, this comes under wide area network. If you connect a network which is there in India, and suppose a branch is there in Australia, another branch in Russia, another branch somewhere in Brazil, another branch somewhere in Alaska. So if you connect all these branches with each other, this comes under wide area network. Wide means, it's spread across the globe. But this is local area network spread across the cities, countries, and continents. Okay, so what devices we use here? For devices, I'll just copy and paste here, because in that network also, in wide area network also, the devices are completely same. No difference in the devices. Now the big question here is, will it be wire network or wireless? What you are expecting here, friends? Suppose imagine this is not South Hyderabad or North Hyderabad
Wire
now.
network.
Okay, this is suppose like
Wire.
India. Wire network, yeah. This is suppose India, and suppose this is somewhere in Brazil. We know the geographical distance between India and Brazil. It is some thousands of miles actually. Okay, but still, India and Brazil networks, they are connected by using a wire. And who will make this connection? The same company, the same ISP will make connection between India and Brazil. I repeat, the same ISP will make the connection between India and Brazil. Same ISP means I'm talking about any XYZ ISP. These people will make connection between India and Brazil by using a cable. So in this case, I can say again 99.9% cases. I'm not saying 100% cases, because there are certain cases where we can communicate through satellite also. Very few cases. So that's the reason I'm saying 99.9% cases. If there is a branch in India and branch in Brazil, they will be connected by using a cable. 99.9%. It's a huge percentage. Okay. Same thing again. I just copy and paste here. ISP will come into the picture now, and the purpose of this wide area network is sharing your data and accessing remote devices. But this is your wide area network, friends. These networks are spread across the globe. Your company has branches in many locations, so it's your responsibility to make communication between all these branches. See, some of the people here who are attending this class, they have already done CCNA, or they are like, they are into the CCNA course, so they know this very well. To make communication between India and Brazil, maybe it will take only like 10 minutes of configuration. 10 minutes of configuration on India router and 10 minutes of configuration on Brazil router. That much configuration is more than enough for us to make communication between India and Brazil branches. On switches, there is some more configuration, maybe like it will take maybe 1 day of configuration on a switch. So once you do the configuration on a switch, then again the switch is working every time. Actually, there is more configuration on a server. Every day we have to do some configuration. Every second day we have to make some changes. Every half an hour we have to make some changes. So here there is more work on server compared to router and switch. So within 10 minutes, we have configured the Brazil router. Brazil router is making communication with India router. That's it. Our work is over on this Brazil router. It is making communication. There is no other work. But coming to computers and servers, always remember, computers and servers, we have more configurations to do, more work to do, and it is a regular based work. Regular based work means you're not working from morning till evening continuously. Maybe every day like half an hour, 1 hour, or maybe every 2 days like 2 hours, something like this. As administrator, in very few cases, you are working for whole day. Whenever you do some new changes, whenever you make some new configurations, whenever you are adding some devices, or whenever you are adding some softwares and anything, then only you are working for like 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours a day. But 90% cases as administrator, your work in a company is only for 10 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour, something like this. So once you go to the company, you should see whether the devices are communicating or not, all the devices are up or not. That's it. If all the devices are up, your work is over. There is nothing else to do in that company now. You just go and you just sit there. But in case if there is some configuration should be done, then you do the configuration according to your role. If there is something, if there is some troubleshooting should be done, then we have to do troubleshooting there. But overall, the initial setup will take more time. Like suppose 1,000 computers, if you make all setup, routers, switches, servers, computers, all those things, it may take like 10 days or maybe like 15 days to make that setup and to configure all these devices. So after 15 days, every day we have to do some configuration for like half an hour, 1 hour, 20 minutes, or maybe there are many days actually where you do nothing. You just go to company, you just relax. Many of my friends who are working in big MNCs, they have night shift. You know what they do? They just go to the company. They have very comfortable chairs there. They just push back the chair and they just sleep. This is what administrators will do. It's a reality. Because if there is a problem in a server, you will get a message. Then only you troubleshoot that problem. Whenever there is a change we have to make in a server or a router or a switch, you will get a message there. Once you receive a message, then only you do some changes there. So you're not doing any changes on your own. There is a company, there is a setup, there is a management. So whatever configurations we do in a company, we do according to the scenario. So before you make any small change also, there is a meeting. There is a meeting between you and the network administrator and the HR, the manager. All these people come together and they make a document. Okay, in this document, they will select, okay, this is the changes we are doing in this server. So once they documented everything, then they go and do the configuration. This is the way companies will work. Blindly, we are not sitting on a server and we are not making changes there. Like, what we do on our computer, we just go to browser and we access any website. We just go to games and we play any game. We just open any file or something. We can do anything on our computer. That is our personal computer. But you cannot do anything on a company's network, on a company's device. If there is a requirement, according to requirement, you should do the configuration. That's it. Okay. So coming to the wide area network again, sharing is the main purpose, the data and remote access. But what is the main thing we need to remember here? The devices are present in two different geographical locations, different cities, countries, and continents, but still they are connected by using a cables. So these people are responsible actually. You can see there is a big ship here, and this ship contains some cables. The yellow color bundles here are the internet cables actually. These are the undersea internet cables. So by using these cables, you are connected to the branches, different cities, different countries. Now see, if you go to Facebook now, we can do some chatting on Facebook Messenger. But suppose imagine you are in India and your friend is somewhere in Australia. So if you say like hello, how are you to your friend, and you're just chatting with him, friend, brother, whatever. So when you send a message, the message will travel to that person on a cable like this actually. These are the cables we use. It will not go through satellites. So if you are using your mobile phone also, your mobile phone is connected to the mobile tower. So from your mobile phone till that mobile tower, it is wireless. Again, there are cables under the towers. So whatever we do, whatever way of connection we are following, if you use internet, your data is traveling on cables. Your data is traveling on physical cables. And these are those physical cables. See, the cable is coming on ground now from under the sea. These are the cables. So wide area network is also all about cables. The devices will be connected by using cable. This is one of the map I show normally in every class. This is undersea cable structure. This is a very old model actually, very old graphical design, maybe like 10 years old. But we can see clearly the continents and the countries. And if you zoom and if you see the India here, in India actually the cables are coming from two sides. One is from Mumbai side, another from Chennai side. Maybe right now they added cable from many other sides also. So this is your undersea cable. And between Mumbai and Chennai, there is no sea. This is all land. Between Delhi and Hyderabad, there is no sea. Between Delhi and Bangalore, there is no sea. So that is underground cable. And this is undersea cable. And who will make these cable connections? The same ISP people. They have their business. This is a business actually. So they will make connections there and they will, charge money from the customers. Like you are a customer. You're using internet, so you are a customer. A company is connected to the brand, then he is a customer. Okay. So these people will make connections and they will charge money. This is a huge business. This is your ISP business. Okay, because of this cables only, each and every one is connected with each other. So wireless is very limited, friends. Whatever networks we see, all these networks are wire networks, cable networks. But the bottom line here is our responsibility in a company is only till here. This is our responsibility. Okay, if there is some problem between this Brazil router and India router, this is not our responsibility. This will be taken care by the ISP people. Okay, our responsibility is servers, computers, routers, and switches. But how to configure India and Brazil, that we should know. And there are some basic troubleshootings that we should know. But overall, the cable connections and the connections will be maintained and managed by the ISP people. So these are the three major computer networks we have. So what we have learned here, we said like, okay, these are the three physical networks. One is local, one is metropolitan, one is WAN. Local is within a room or a building. Metropolitan is within a city, and wide area network is across cities, countries, and continents. That is one thing. Second thing is we have learned about devices. These are the common devices we use. Third one is the connections, wire or wireless. Then we know when the ISP will come into play, when we have to use ISP, and what is the purpose of sharing what is the purpose of making our network, what is the purpose of connecting the devices with each other. These are some of the things we should remember and understand from this class. Okay, so these are the types of networks, friend. These are the major types. There are some more types actually that we will see sometime, maybe tomorrow before we start any other topic. But as of now, these are the three major types of networks we have. If you are a fresher, friends, you will face a question from this physical network. They will ask you, what is a local area network? What is a metropolitan area network? What is the white? This is a very, very common interview question that we face. See, I started facing interviews from 2007 actually, like 14 years before. I remember those interview questions and the interview questions that they ask today. Majority of interview questions are same. Whenever I meet people, whenever I meet students who said like they got a job, my first question will be what questions they ask you. So they say like these are the questions. So it's like a repeated question for me and I'll get the repeated answers. The interview questions will be same everywhere. Maybe you're facing an interview in India or maybe in Dubai, maybe in Australia, or maybe somewhere in USA. The interview questions will be same. So just try to understand the concept. The interviews will be much more easier for you. Okay, friends, so that was the class for today. So I'll be here for like a couple of more minutes. If you have anything to ask or anything to say from today's topic, more than welcome.
For me, no questions, second.
Okay, man, thank you. Actually, I'm very sorry. The voice is not clear today. Actually, I'm suffering from fever and some cold here. So my voice may be not so clear today, but hopefully by tomorrow, everything will be good. Okay, tomorrow we will
Hello,
see.
sir.
Yeah, Naveen, please go ahead.
Sir, which connector will use for connecting the device, sir?
Okay, good question. That is what I was supposed to say actually. Tomorrow we will see like computers and servers. So when we say computers and servers, then we can see which device, which connectors we use. But the question came, so there is a connector called NIC card, network interface card. Where is it? NIC card here. When you see your computer or a laptop, this NIC card will be there behind your computer or on your laptop. This one. If the NIC card is not working in your machine for some reason, the machine cannot be connected to the other device. I have taken one more photo there somewhere. Let me just see once. You know, on your motherboard, computer motherboard, you have many devices there, right? Many components actually. It is called input and output components. Okay, I'll just open this in Paint. Yeah. Now, can you see here? I'll just highlight here. Can just try to tell me what you connect there. What you connect here? This is USB.
USB.
We connect keyboard, mouse, printer, all these things. Okay. What you connect here?
Yes.
Headphones. Yeah. What you connect here?
VGA cable.
Monitor,
VGA,
monitor.
monitor, exactly. What about this? You know anything about this? Actually, these are outdated. It
Yeah,
is
Yeah,
called
audio.
PS.
mouse and keyboard. We can connect mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, mouse and keyboard. It is called PS2 mouse and PS2 keyboard, but now it is outdated. Now, this is a place actually, friends, where you connect your connection. Maybe internet connection or maybe like within the company. This is a place where you make connection. It is called NIC card, network interface card. We will see about NIC card in more details. There are many topics regarding NIC card, but as of now, this is a place where we connect our connections. Okay, so this one is a good setup. Can you see here? This is your cable and that is your NIC card. So he is plugging that cable there. This is a very person with any scan. Very, very basic thing. So this is the way we connect the devices with each other. That's it.
Sir, where we'll use RJ45 connector, sir?
Where we use this is your RJ45 connector.
Okay.
The white color one, what you
Sir,
see
what
here.
about yes, sir. Okay. Sir, what about RJ11, sir?
RJ11 is used in mobile networks. Actually, remember there was something called landline connection. There we use
Yes, sir.
RJ11. Here it is RJ45. The connector name is it. The difference here is in the size and in the cables. RJ11 has like only two wires, I guess. Let me just check it. RJ11. This one. See, we have only two wires here. That is RJ11. That is for your telephone communication, and RJ45 is for your computer or networks communication. The same port, the same RJ45 jack is connected on a computer, server, router, switch, firewall, printer, everywhere. On each and every device, the same port is available and the same RJ45, it is called jack, J-A-C-K. Same RJ45 jack will be connected there.
Okay, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, friends, so that's it for today. And thanks for joining. See you tomorrow at the same time, 7 a.m. Like I said, tomorrow we will see the servers part. It's a very, very important class again. We'll see the differences between computers and servers, and then we will see the operating system. So it will take like coming 2 or 3 classes will be regarding servers, computers, and operating systems. Very, very, very important class. Okay, so that's it for me. Thanks for joining and see you tomorrow. Take care, bye.